Welcome directly into the video. How is everybody doing? You know, there's so much pleasure when you know there's warmth in the house. So I guess I gotta put up a cup of hot tea. Okay, let's get ready for this squishy session. What we're gonna do is we're gonna break a circle up, and we're gonna put a cube in the center. I believe your conscience is all around you. Your conscience is all around you. Your tortial, right? Your tortial is actually, see these two separate clubs? They come together somehow like this, right? And this is the one side of the torus, and this is the other side of the torus. Okay, and these two match together, and that is your 5, your M&M together. Now I'm not really sure what else we can do with this if we need more of them. The club is number 38. If we want to mix the club 38 with a spade or a heart or a diamond, we're going to have a question. If we want to ask it about the ace of clubs, we're also going to be talking about the sun. We're going to be talking about yellow, red, and time, you know, because they're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. You know, it's not going in the center of the clock, right? Do you know where this comes? This is like the old TV. This and this are the same thing. One is the 3 worlds. Separation down here. Actually, this should have been a little bit lower. This should have been a little bit lower. Okay? And it's reversal. 3 reverse 3 here and these two. Why is this wider here and this one thinner? Well, I'm coming out from a thin point, and I'm taking what is a skeleton, and I'm widening it to each side of the train tracks. So that's what I did in these 4 areas. In these other areas where you see where you see I'm overlapping in these other 3 and 3 areas, okay, I went in. And the reason I went in is because I had a place to go out to. So when I went in, it's because if I can draw this properly. So now you can see with this one, do you see the way they... Not by my choice, by the choice of its creation. So my division, I'm not sure if this is equal. It should have probably been out a little bit more that way. I could have squared it, but I did not, so that's as close. The question is, should I have used the same leg? Is that questionable? Because what if I would have moved this leg right in the middle over here? Well, then this leg would be on here. So there's only a half partial space that will be between here, and that's discussable. So now what we do is, you see, we go from this point So then you have this point here, and then you have that point there. Okay, and then this is the same thing. We can now invert this. This can go both ways. I can go both ways, so I'm not really sure which way to go with this. So right now I'm going to keep on that spindle. So now let's try and understand what I'm talking about. If I'm going to divide time up, okay, I have to go 1440. Actually my longest part of my day is 8640. 60 times 60 times 24. It's 8640. Okay. Now, if I had to divide that into 4, I'm going to divide it into 4 equals to 2160. 2160. And that's the Arbuncle exactly relationship to what is 2160 on the moon. So that's 10 times. So you might be able to say CX. Why CX? Roman numerals 100, Roman numerals 10, 10 times. 24th letter, reverse third letter. These are reverse of each other, showing you that the invert to what is, hold on a second, what is X is C. So the invert to what is X is C, because X equals to 10 and C equals to 100. So that's 10 times, and the X represents the 10 times. So that's C and X. I'm trying to understand this relationship 10 times. Okay, so anyways, we're going to leave it at that. So, so this would actually be your actual day, where there should be 2160 components to 90 degrees. So now what we do is 24 times 90, right? 24 times 90 is 2160. So what we now have, okay, is we have a whole 360 degree area over here, and it's a total of 6 hours. Each area, okay, is a total of 6 hours. Now, I'm not sure what exactly how it works, but what will happen is the cube has 6 sides. The cube has 3 reversal sides. So it'll be 8, 8, 8 equaling to 24, to what is 6666 equaling to 24, and what is 66 equaling to 12. I'm going to explain, and 8 and 8 equaling to 16. I'm going to explain what this is. This is the cube, okay, to where you have 6 sides. There are 3 reverse sides, so I use the 3 by 8 to create the 24-hour day. Now there's a lot of discussion and a lot of paperwork to write, so this is very small, okay, this is basic. But I need the ring around this will create 4 areas, so I need 4 by 6 to create the 24-hour day. So it is the 24-hour day, I'm assuming, turning around the pole of what is 8 within itself. The pole must be 8 within itself. Always, okay, 8 within itself. It always has 1 down besides that. There's another story in there. So anyways, I'm starting to confuse myself, but just let me show you that in this area of 2160, I must divide it by 6, and that gives me 360. In the 5 area of 2160 divided by 5, I need the vibration of 4, 3, and 2. Okay. In the 4 area, okay, in the 4 area, I'm just trying to see, in the 4 area of 360, 2160 divided by 4 equals to 540. In the 3 area, so hold on a second. Let me do it up here. Here it's 360. 6 times 360. Here in the 5 area, it's 5 times 432. In the 4 area, it's 4 times 540. In the 3 area, 2160 divided by 3 equals to 720. 3 times 720. In the 2 area, 2160 divided by 2 equals 1080. 2 times 1080, which is birth. And then there is the 1 times. So do you see? I'm not sure if you can understand what I just did. Let me tell you what I did. I reverted back time to where this is in seconds. And what happens to the seconds to create 1 day of 360 degrees. And you must note that every quarter over here, and I don't want to go around twice, so that every quarter, or split up into 3 parts times 120, or 4 parts times 90. The original, is that the original day? Anyways, so when I calculate divided by 4, because this is whole, this is only 1 quarter. Now we're going to multiply all this by 3 and then by 1. This is singular. This is complete. I divided by 4 because everything has been built up by 4 from something. You have to find what that something is. And that something is the cube light in the moon. 2, 1, and 6. That's what the moon. The moon is 1.5 times. It's the moon and Mars combined. 1.5 times what are the minutes in the day is 2160. What is the moon? So now what else do we do is we combinate. We will put, let's say, number 5 with number 2, causing to understand the 7th gate. So here we went 5 by 18 to create 90. Here we went 2 times, hold on a second. Here I went 2 times 45 to create 90. So I'm going to take the 45 and the 18. That means 5 times 45 and, no, 5 times, oy, oy, oy. The reverse cube is going to give me 45 and 18. Here's my 18, here's my 45. They will also give me, to the Pythagorean single count, 54. So within where it comes 63, it comes from the sun. The cycle we're in right now is the cycle of the 60s. Okay, if you were born in 19, if you are 1 year old in 1961, so then in 2060 you will become 60 years old in 2060. 2060, is that right? I'm born in 1963. I will be 59 in 2022. I will be between what is the sun, 6, 7, and 8, and the cube, the sun and the cube, 2022. So where was I with this whole thing? Yes, so that would be this combination. Now our next 7 is going to be 4 and 3, and that would be 52.5. 52.5. Now we went over this yesterday, and it was 21 times 25, and what gave that, which is also to be noted as 5. This is going to be 5, and this is going to be 8. This is the cube. This is Earth's heart. These are the 4 suits. This is going to create the gateway to the E world, to the heart. So we're, let me see if I did this. So do you understand what's going on here? Instead of running our minutes of the day, I went by the seconds of the day. When this was the complete day. So then I divide it by 4. That is the greatest number. The greatest number is 4. After you get the 4, it becomes 1.5, 1 part. The true day is here. This is the true day, life in the E world. Why is it that, well, do you want to go to number 8? Well, this is the inversion of 8 through the foxhole. Why do I call it the true day? 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 will create 16 and 8. 16 hours to the day, 8 hours to the night. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 creates 22, creates 44 area space. 22 is for ape. 5 is the E world, 25 is for Earth's heart. 518 brings in the vibration of Mars, and it brings in the heavens through Mercury, Venus. The 864, like I said, we have to divide it into 4 because our day is divided into 4 parts of 360. It is a 720 part to the day and a 360 part to the day. This part over here is going to give you 16 hours, and this part is going to give you 8 hours. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. You remember that Indian head they used to have? There's other things that come out of this because, and everything runs basically on this angle. So where else are we on here? What is 2, 3, and 4? What does it do? 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 will create what is the 7th gate between Venus and Earth. Doesn't even talk about Mars. But Mars is made over here, becomes the 7th gate in DC in the 2nd house. By creating Mars, you create the 2nd house of DC. 68, 19, 14, and 11. 2, 5, and 1. 5 and 1, Mars. 5 and 2, Earth. The number 14 ring on the cube. The ring on the cube creates this. Maybe the backgammon ring will tell me a different story. So 68 is the dividing house. 9 and 4 is 13, 14. Where do I get 68? 5, 19, 33, 43, 44. Why am I getting 68? Where did I put 68? Was I talking about this one over here? The dividing gate between DC, 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 is where this one comes in. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what creates what is the dividing gate of DC. I hope I was able to explain this circle. Just to note that there are, what I figure our life is right over here, because our vibration comes out at, if you want to go 432, you are going to have to minus 72, and you will create your 360. But remember, it has to happen 4 times during the day to get the 1440. But what we're going to do over here is this is the 225 zone. If you take up an area space of both sides of the area zone, okay, you will be taking up 225. Do I have this down written? You'll be taking up 225, 216, and 234, in which 666, 684, and 675 come in. In 666, this is actually 686, and it is the passage through the heavens through the 7th gate, in which is Pluto, which is 6 times, is it 14? 6 times 14. Pluto, which is the ring. But 6 times 14 will create 6 moons. Why 6 times 14, and what is 14? 14 is the ring around the cube. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, also counting for the sun. Na, 5 and 1, Mars, the vibration through the sun. So I took my eyes off the screen. I hate to take the eyes off the screen. What happened over here? Well, what happens is when 1 can no longer play from the 1 position, it jumps into the 5 position, then jumps into the 9 position. and then your 9 becomes your 1, your 10 becomes your 2, your 11 becomes your 3, your 12 becomes your 4, your 13 becomes your 5, your 14, okay, becomes your 6, and your 15, okay, becomes your 7, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then if you were playing pool, this is what you would see. And here you would be going female and male. Here's that sun connection. Here is a division, a polarity between 13 and 14. They can switch on each other. That is the 7th gate. And then as like going forward, going backwards, when you go this way, you go to 29. When you go this way, you go to 25. Earth, Jack, 25. If you want to count it, it's 52. And then you got black at 29. And you got yellow at 92. There's another thing about 10 is that if I want to go, hold on a second, 6 and 4, this would both be 10, 10, but it would look like 11. See, 1, right, is only one number. But when you reflect it to 10, there's your singular 1. Here's the 2 equations. Imagine if it was a 3, I would have to put a 7, I would go 1. And now we'd have to see the equations that have happened between. The queen is number 62, also part of the setup, 6 by 2, 12, around the 3 poles. Know the poles there are 12. A circle is 4. 3 circles are 12. You invert the 3 circles, you got 24. Are we going to make this look into 3D, where it's turning around and then turning around and then turning around, but it turns around here, then it turns around here, then it turns around here. 12, 12, 12. 3 sections. Turns around 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. Always with 3. 3, 3, 3. The 4th one, you're starting over again. We have this to look at. This is a new way of doing numbers that I wrote down. It seems to work out, but it's questionable. What happens at the top of the 7th gate? Well, I continue on 7, 8, and 9. Since gematria stops at 7, I was continuing and going 8, 9 this way, which works out. But just for one time, I decided to go up to 9 here. And then once you punch in, right, once you punch in, I was still counting up. If I wanted to count down here now, I would be going down to 8 and then 7, and I would be racking up 77 between 99, which is Christ between Jupiter. I just did it the other way, which will show me the moon. This way will show me the moon. The multiplication and addition, what will happen up here, the multiplication and addition that will happen up here. Sorry, made a mistake. This one will turn into, okay, 7 by 6, 42. Do I do both sides? Do I do the center? Do I do just these two? This will say gateway. This will say e-world. But anyways, let's not. I'd have too much work. But anyways, Raphael, 72, 86 in a constellation of Pegasus. If I know this, and if this is real, then there is a gateway, and there is energy coming in. We have to believe and trust and know that's what is set in front of our eyes. Shade it. Don't listen to it. Know where to go, learn about the basics, and prepare, for we are dividing and coming together. Thank you very much.